I'm Greg Ayers, and you're watching the Fans POV at AnimeNEXT. Welcome to the Fans POV.
You are watching the Fans POV.
I'm hoping to make some better improvements to my Big Daddy while here.
That's probably the worst rendition of the Yan Yan dance that's ever been.
It was fine.
It was graceful.
And we commandeer this in the name of the steampunk community.
John, tell us about pre-registration. Tell us about it.
I kept getting rickrolled every time I tried to pre-register.
Car. Chowder. Oh, this is the hard one. Harvard. Yankees rule. Oh, come on. Come on.
You make a sound? It doesn't even make a sound. Oh. Whoa. We're gonna have to clear this area. Cut this interview short. I'm sorry, I don't really know what's going on right now, but.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Fans POV AnimeNEXT 2010. I am Ernie Layug, along with Ray Riley and also our super fan Lisa over here, who's dressed up as Canada, our neighbor to the north, aka America's hat. Yeah.
America's brother.
America's brother. What else? Birthplace.
Francis' son.
Francis, birthplace of hockey, maybe, and the boot. That's pretty much it. Well, anyways, the intro there. They're looking for our cameramen. They're looking for the earpiece. It's in the back of the camera, fellas. You'll see it there. It's all right. No, we'll keep this all in there. Anyways, so that our intro was done by Greg Ayers. What the hell are you doing? Was done by Greg Ayers over at the Dunk Tank. Thank you for being a good sport, Greg, for doing that. So, alrighty. First things first. First impressions. What do you guys think of the con as soon as you walked into the convention center? I'll start with you, Ray.
I thought it was pretty neato keen. It was a little busy when we first got in here. The one thing that surprised me is that it's being held in two buildings, which worked out, you know, because they're pretty separate. And but the walkway was very, very crowded, and that was my first impression. This is going to be a problem, and guess what? It was the entire con.
How about you, Lisa? What did you think so far?
Oh,
when you came in?
Well, we came in probably at the same time as you guys did, so it was okay. I just didn't like the fact that it was so busy. Then again, we're coming in at like 9:30, so we're expected to be busy.
Yeah, that's when everybody's getting their badge. They get here, they wait an hour online, and it zips through as fast as it can. So, but my first impression too is it probably was, I was a little surprised it was very busy, because last time I was here, it was just like a straight walkthrough into registration. That's it, you're all said and done. Now, Ray, this is your first time in the new venue. Well, you did report for AnimeNEXT, which was held, like, not here, but it was at the hotel. But what do you think, like, how do you think AnimeNEXT did with this venue here as opposed to the old venue?
I really liked the old venue because there was food right next to everything. It was all wrapped up within it. There were fields in between the two buildings that were for the original AnimeNEXT, so there was a lot of stuff going on, and you got a general feel for everything that was going on. But even then, this venue is pretty nice. The Doubletree Hotel, which has been very, very, you know, hospitable, it was a nice place to have the artist alley and everything else. So yeah, it's a decent venue. No complaints.
All right. Now, Lisa, this is your second year here. Last year, it was sort of a miss, like. It was a mix-up because we're just trying to get used to the venue here. What do you think of it this year? This is being that it's the second year here.
Well, the first day they had the trading card games inside of the Doubletree, but then they decided since it was too small, they moved it back to the training center. So it was pretty much the same thing as last year. Too much walking, but it's a nice area. It's very quiet. I just don't like the fact that when I came in today, the whole field next to the hotel completely trashed. So clean up, guys.
Oh, that's not good there. Dude. But anyways, moving along, registration. Now, we had the pleasure of registering for a press, so we just went in, as Ray's been doing the whole weekend, just goes up, and able to get our pass. You had to wait online, though. How was waiting online there?
Incredibly boring. There was nothing to do. and by the fact that I was wearing long sleeve shirt, it was very, very hot. I have one.
Is that the 3DS?
No, that's the XL. It's John Eyes. It's Xbox Huge.
Oh, okay.
See, that's too big for me. I have tiny hands.
Like, that thing is huge. Jesus Christ.
It's like for tall people.
Yeah, it's like you might as well have like your own DVD player in that while you can.
right?
So, but anyway, so but registration, like, how fast was it? Like, as soon as you got to the registration.
I think it took like about 45 minutes just to get through everything, but once you got to the booth, like I said, they were quick about it. They asked me, what's your email address? I gave them, they had to check it twice because they spelled Kiro wrong. They spelled it with a C, and it's a K, obviously, so not too bad, though. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been like 95 degrees.
True, yeah. Now, do you think there's any way to keep those people in line entertained? Do you think should they have like a TV there, a monitor there showing some anime, maybe just a DJ playing some music? Like, what do you guys think we could do, like the conventions just overall can do to try to keep people entertained in registration? I'll go with you first.
Well, personally, I did quite a bit of entertaining before the masquerade.
Oh, yeah.
I was an impromptu MC. I'm thinking at least they have someone, slightly entertaining to like pump up the people before they get into the convention. Maybe that'll be a good idea. But besides that, monitors are a good idea, which Lisa mentioned. So, yeah.
All right, how about you? What do you think?
TV. I mean, if we had the World Cup again next year, I know a lot of people would just be like, ooh, World Cup footage.
Well, the World Cup's only every 4 years, so you only have it this year, and then you got to wait 2014 for the next one.
Just put on Sports Center. It saves everybody else's problems. Just put on ESPN. That solves problems, especially for the guys. I don't care. I like watching Sports Center myself, so.
You can have two different things going. Like, we'll have Sports Center on one, the other one, I don't know. Okay. And I'll start hating my...
Or we could show anime. What a concept.
Yeah, there you go. We're at an anime convention. Show anime. Well, anyways, moving along. We were talking about the area. Ray touched upon it a little bit. The local area around here. If you've been here, there's really not much around, like walking distance-wise, as opposed to the old place. Everything you kind of have to drive to or take at least a 10-minute walk. Yeah, it's like, what do you think about all of that, Ray? Do you think they should do something else where they bring in more food vendors to try to get it like well done, or maybe scratch off the breakfast at the Continental, the Continental breakfast at the hotel? Like, what do you recommend for that?
Yeah, actually, we have the convenience of having people with cars. But personally, usually when I go to a convention, I would like to have stuff within walking distance, reasonable walking distance. I can only think of, they had, names of places you get takeout menus and stuff for in the schedule, which is, I guess, is the best they could do.
Yeah, that's the next best thing. It's like you just get a takeout menu, order some pizza, order some Chinese. That's probably, how about you, Lisa? What do you think?
I have the perfect solution. Build a Wawa right next to the convention center. Everybody loves Wawa. Just build that. Build a super Wawa with the gas station. You're set.
I think like 3 or 4 months ago was the first time I've ever been to a Wawa.
I've never been to a Wawa.
Yeah, I've never been. They're like, what? How do you know? We're from.
Not go to a Wawa?
Yeah, we have that on Long Island. It's called 7-Eleven. So.
Yeah, but Wawa is like a lot better and a lot nicer and a lot cleaner.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys are from New York. What am I talking about?
Exactly. Yeah. That's why we come from a state that could actually drive, make left turns. So it's all that.
Yeah.
So anyways, but what is in the local area that we can? There's a shopping center I know where we stayed at.
Yeah,
there was a shopping center nearby there, but that's
Subway, and they had a couple restaurants. I know there was like a Japanese, Indonesian food store. There was stuff around. They newly opened like a pizza parlor, so.
But the only way to really get to those places is that you do have to drive. You do have to have a car.
I loved it. I got my exercise going and my heels. I loved it.
Eric says my feet are killing me. You see, because as soon as they said, let's walk, no, I'm driving. So, but do you think of any possible solutions that we can make that happen other than try to bring?
Well, they did a food shuttle. I don't know if you noticed that they actually had a food shuttle for lunchtime for people who can't drive. They had a bus going by I think every 30 minutes during lunchtime.
Where'd it go? Do you know where it went?
Like a huge place with all different food places and stuff like that. Not the one where we are, probably somewhere else. I'm not exactly where it was, but it's in the guide. Yeah.
Alright, like, do you think? I know that some companies they have like portable restaurants. Do you think that like maybe McDonald's or Burger King could come around?
A portable Taco Bell myself. I love Taco Bell.
Maybe a portable Pizza Hut here.
Yes. Oh my God, that'd be great.
It might be a little pricey, but who knows? Like, you think it? Would you like that, Ray?
Yeah, absolutely.
Have a portable Checkers. That'd be awesome.
Oh my God.
Checkers would be good. Like, it's better. Try them all the White Castle there. What? I don't know. What did you guys say? Five Guys, yeah.
They're gonna have to bring in porta potties too, if that's the case, though.
True, yeah, because I don't know if these bathrooms can hold it. So, all right. Well, anyways, let's move on. I have panels next up on my itinerary here. Panels. So, did you guys go to any panel?
One panel.
I went. Of course, you went to the Hetalia panel.
Hetalia World Summit, which was really good because random Abraham Lincoln showed up.
Yeah, that's what I want to know about. Why was Abraham Lincoln here? Like, what anime is he from?
He had one thing to say. He said, 407 years ago, you all lost the game. Wah, ha, ha, ha. And then he left.
That's all that happened? Like, can you think of a good anime that Abe Lincoln would be in?
He's probably appeared in one or two animes, just like making fun of America or something like that. The Abe Lincoln complimented me on my gumshoe costume, but
yeah, you were gumshoe. We'll talk about cosplayers later. But did you go to any panels?
I went to Crazy Otaku, which was a lot of fun, up to a point. Then I left because it started dragging on. Being Darren's Challenge is always fun to watch, and those guys always try really hard at that panel. I also went to these are my favorite scenes, which had a couple of really old guys showing their favorite animation scenes. They had a couple of American animation in there too, and some really old stuff. So it's stuff you probably haven't seen. They also had a cutscene from Xenosaga, which I have seen, but that's it. So, that's good to stop by. They dragged on and talked a little bit too much, though. So, and I think there was one more, but I completely forgot what it was, so there you go.
Oh, okay. Now, I have my schedule here. I'm trying to figure out what panels did I actually go to, because I do not remember for the life of me.
Ernie.
No, I went... I went to I did go to the launch party. That was an interesting. We'll talk about that later. I went to the Q&A. I actually fell asleep during that. Sorry. This one. I'm not going to mention the name because I'll probably butcher it. But I was exhausted at that point. It's circled right there. I was. Yeah, I was exhausted. But it's just it happens. So, but the panels now. Do you think that they should have bigger panel rooms? Because I've noticed where some of the panels, they get too big for the room. Especially the one that I think so. The one that I'm talking about is the State of the Industry with Anime and Us or something like that. It was the State of the Anime Industry with Greg Aries, and the room was packed. They had it in a really small room. Would you think that, shouldn't that type of panel be somewhere around here or something like that?
Actually, as a matter of fact, there was a panel I was planning to go to, the Miyazaki panel. That one filled up like nothing. It was an itty bitty room. They had to move it to a different room, which still couldn't contain all the people.
Packed as well. Even it was in one of the big rooms at the DoubleTree. It was packed. Not lucky though, so.
Yeah, panel 1 was the biggest room, which I think the Hetalia World Summit was in. But besides that, every other panel room was really, really small. So they should really find out how popular the panels are going to be, or use some better insight.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the big thing. Like something with, if you see something with a guest on there, you would think it would be a little bit bigger, especially a guest like Greg Aries.
Or Grebo. That's why they're probably having his thing in here again.
Exactly, yeah. So, alrighty. So let's move on from panels. Next up is the Dealer's Room and Artist Alley, because I know you talked about the Artist Alley a lot. All right, Dealer's Room. Let's talk about that for a little bit. What'd you guys think of it? I'll start with you.
Better than last year. Way, way better than last year. The best part, I think, not just the stuff itself, but the space. Lots of open space. I didn't feel like I was going to pass out or anything, and the prices were actually really good. I finally got all the manga I needed to catch up with for about $20, and Funimation's doing DVD sales. So if you guys need any Funimation titles, $20.
That's a pretty good price right there. How about you? What did you think of the Dealer's Room?
Pretty much the same sellers I see everywhere else. It was spaced out pretty well. The only thing I bought at the Dealer's Room was Pocky to give out during surveys. So Pocky Pocky for other people.
Yes. Not the Old Spice, right? No, we can't get the old. You can't get Old Spice, which we have in the dealer's room. No, that's not.
There should be an Old Spice dealer at a convention.
That would be interesting. I would love to.
That'd be very helpful because a lot of people do have body odor. So you know,
like have like a Bed Bath and Beyond should be here. Or
actually, speaking of body odor, Funimation was giving away free Initial D air fresheners, and
you do.
It was for the car, but it was very entertaining to play around with those.
Yes, it was. No, I think we left a couple in our hotel room. I know at one point we wanted to put it in between the mattress.
We did that.
Oh, you did do that.
They smell awful.
Did you do it under the TV too?
Yes, under the TV.
Got some Febreze, man. Febreze fixes everything.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, moving
Artist
on.
Alley.
Artist Alley. What I liked about this year's Artist Alley is that it was not in the hallway. That was a good thing.
That was a really good idea.
It had its own room. What? Like three artists. Yeah, the whole Artist Alley last year was the hallway, which made it really bad. And when I saw AnimeNEXT at Otakon, we asked them about it. We're like, is the Artist Alley in the same place as it was? They said no, no, it's not going to be. It's going to be in its own room. So what did you guys think of it?
It was fantastic. Everybody has so much talent again this year. I just want to thank I want to thank Little Mushroom for all the help that they've been giving over the weekend. You guys are all great in the Artist Alley, and I can't wait to see you guys again next year for the 10-year anniversary of AnimeNEXT.
How about you, Ray?
The Artist Alley is probably one of my favorite things at conventions because the thing is that you do get to see some unique artwork and you get to buy something that you couldn't buy on the internet. As say, I got a little clay figurine for my girlfriend of a Digimon.
Oh, you did get one of those. I was wondering if anybody was going to shop from that booth because it was really creative. So.
Actually, it may be a little overpriced, but you may find a decent deal there too. The one thing I hate is people selling prints that aren't theirs. So artists, please, if you're in the Artist Alley, sell your own work, please.
Wait, people are actually selling pins that they didn't do any artwork for?
Pins, prints, lots of other things. I'm sure you've seen the prints there. Actually, in the dealer's room, funnily enough, it's got the same art style for every character and stuff like that. I've seen them at every convention being sold at multiple booths. It's a problem.
Well, that's really bad right there. Yeah, artists, make sure you get your own work done. But we like the Artist Alley a lot. Actually, Lee, one of our friends, really likes this one artist, and yeah, we forgot her name. We're sorry about that.
But there's an interview.
Yeah, there's an interview. We'll show you a short clip right now. When I mean now, I mean 5 seconds from now. And fade.
So let's get a little more personal. How did you create Bees and Guest? The ideas, the inspirations for this. It's so fabulously crazy. What started this?
I don't know. I wrote a story that I thought slave labor would want to publish. I sent it to them. They never got back to me. I got tired of waiting, and I submitted it to Tokyo Pop instead, and they liked it. I mean, Gothic Lolita art, or Gothic art in general, isn't really my bag. Like, I like it, but it's not all that I do.
All right, so that was an interview Lee had with one of her favorite artists there. It was actually really cool, and as we're all eating Pocky from the bunch here, so. But overall, I like the Artist Alley. Artist Alley was very spacious this year. There was a lot more artists there.
Very nice people.
Very nice, yes, it is. All right, oh, wait a minute. John's telling me that I have to go on Foursquare and check into AnimeNEXT. I will do that right now. But, you know, we'll do that in a little bit. But moving along, guests. There's some guests that we had here. Yes, who are you guys looking forward to seeing? I'll start with you, Ray.
I don't know. Go ahead. Move on.
Yeah. How about you?
I did enjoy seeing Little Karibo. I got to talk to him twice. Very nice guy. I don't care what anybody has to say about him. He's not a douche. He's a very nice man, okay? He's British. Leave him alone. He's very tired.
So you're saying that if he's British, then he must be a douchebag?
Not exactly. I'm just only saying that for my character Canada, because Canada's just pissed at America and England.
See, he's British, but he is a douchebag. That's the thing. That guy over there in the yellow shirt. The camera ninja, yeah, he's a... No. Well, anyways. All right, so... But with guests, we got a chance to actually interview a couple of them. And who the hell's calling me?
Alicia.
Oh, Alicia? Oh, well, actually... Okay. Well, but first up, guests. I'm sorry. First one that we have is Kyle Hebert. We had a chance to talk to him, and here is part of his interview. Is there, as you look back on your career now, is there any character or any voice that you did that you wish, with what you know now, that you wish you could redo?
I think upon reflection, I would definitely love to go back and re-record the first Gohan stuff on Dragon Ball Z, because I was rusty, and I was the new guy and everything. And I think it's true of anything. When you start a role, it's not going to be as polished as it becomes over time. You know, I think any actor working on any project will kind of relate to that, saying, you know, even if they're method actors and they live and breathe the character 24/7 and all that, after you've spent time with the character and the story and everything, you're going to just be able to almost just do it on autopilot at a certain point, and it's just a lot easier to let it just flow that way.
We will have the full interview up. You'll be able to see at the end of the show. Next up, we talked to Greg Aries. Here's what he had to say.
Awesome.
How does it feel to be back here at AnimeNEXT after taking a one-year absence last year?
Well, it was pretty bad last year. It's not a secret that I had some health concerns. I had a heart attack at a convention in February. Unfortunately, a lot of people made a really big deal about it. It wasn't. It was a simple health situation. My problem was the first doctor that I had after coming out of the hospital was kind of a horrible doctor, and he put the whole ability for me to go to conventions on my shoulders. He's like, well, if you get your blood pressure down, you can go to these conventions. Well, that's what I pay him for, to get my blood pressure down. And I call him the old white guy, but now I don't have him. You know, he was very detrimental to my health. In fact, my new doctor said it was safe to assume that the 6 months I was in his care was more damaging to me physically and emotionally than the heart attack itself. So it feels wonderful to be back here. I had a really hard time knowing that there was a party going on, and I wasn't there, you know, last year. And I even called during opening ceremony so I could say hi to everybody through Carlo's phone. But it's great to be back.
Okay, so that was Greg Aries right there. We are zipping by all these interviews as fast as we can. So, all right, then the final one with our guest is a girl that we actually met here, a lovely lady named Erica. She's actually making a documentary on cosplaying and try to bring it into the mainstream. Here's a part of the interview that we had with her. Now, for the cosplay groups that are in it, did they contact you or you contacted them?
It was sort of a little bit of both. I contacted a couple of them. Like, I contacted my sister Exile Fate, and I contacted Lion Barb, and I contacted Sketch. But Yuffie Bunny and Cupcake Cosplay, they contacted me, as well as Blitz Cosplay also contacted me. So, yep, and it was kind of a little bit of both, and that was what really excited me about the project, because then it really showed me that people were excited for this kind of thing, and that other people wanted to see this happen, and it kind of validated my want to make this film. So.
All right, so those were all the interviews that we had with all the guests that we had here at AnimeNEXT. We hope to have some more for you, but you'll be able to see their full interviews on the show later on this week, so definitely check that out. All right, next up, main events. Yes. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the Cosplay Burlesque show.
Oh,
You missed it again?
I went to bed early. I was exhausted.
Yeah, we all were. So, all right, Ray, you had the energy to go to Cosplay Burlesque. How was it feel like seeing flying boobs all over the place?
It was fantastic, actually, and I got to get in really, really close because I was a cameraman. Yeah. No gropage.
We
Although, one of the burlesque dancers, I got a couple of hugs from her, but whatever.
Special hugs?
Yeah, special hugs. Let's go with that.
We'll just leave it at that. You know what? We'll show a montage of the Cosplay Burlesque.
Yes.
A little short montage here. So, Ray, introduce it for us.
Here's the Cosplay Burlesque show. Enjoy the boobs.
that was a very lovely montage there. I'm sure.
Sorry, we had to censor it.
Yeah, we did kind of have to. We can't show too much on there. There was only a privileged few, and we got the chance to actually film some of it. So we'd like to thank AnimeNEXT and the Cosplay Burlesque for letting us film it. But next up is the Masquerade. This is definitely one of my favorite times during a convention. Why? Because everything that happens before the Masquerade is the best part. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the Masquerade can be fun, but everything that happens beforehand is much more entertaining than the actual Masquerade.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Before the Masquerade, I took it upon myself to pump everybody up. That's why my voice is so raspy right now. And I'm sure you have a whole bunch of footage of that.
Yes, we do. And you know what? We'll show it right now.
Woo!
Yes, there you go. So here's the footage of Ray making an ass out of himself. Alright, so that was Ray making an ass out of himself, although my favorite part of that was the wave. Yeah. The wave was the cool part.
I'd like to thank the one person with the sign that said, "Let's start a wave," because if it wasn't for that, there wouldn't be a wave.
Now, actually, also during the pre-show, your sign got mentioned. We said you had a sign there. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I was the character Seychelles of Access Powers Italia, and she's an island surrounded by the sea. So I was like, you know what I'll do? I'll make a sign that has to do with the oil spill that's going on right now. I basically said, save the fish, stop the oil spill. And of course, some people didn't like it, most people did. I was only doing it for my character, and to get people to still know what the hell's going on, okay? Free hugs are great, but let's really pay attention to the issue here. But still have fun at the convention. I'm not trying to be a jerk. Just, you know, I had a blast.
Have a good time, but yeah, you know, there's a serious, like, Yeah, exactly. So that was cool there. Like yours was when they turned on the cameras, like right before the masquerade. I saw that like they were taking the crowd shot, and yours was actually the first one that we saw. I was like, oh, that's Lisa, I know. So, but that was good. One thing, although I am kind of disappointed at the fact that there was a guy in the back where we were holding up a Big Mac box, and I was very disappointed that he did not get mentioned. I tried everything. We tried to get the cameraman's attention. I tried jumping up and down, didn't work. So. But
it's okay, Ernie. I captured him on camera.
Okay, see, that's the important thing. So the Big Mac guy will be there. But you know what? Let's take a little montage of the masquerade itself, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. We're back, yes. Woo! So, the masquerade. What did you guys think of it? I'll start off with you first.
Way, way, way better than last year, especially the best of the show, which one of my friends, Jenna, was in as in Axis Powers Italia. Everybody's a little bit racist. It won Best in Show. Amazing skit, but the whole night was great. The only problem was some people's audio was really, really bad, but overall it was great. Oh, I'm sorry, Ernie, I didn't mean to hit you.
That's all right. Can you grab my? She grabbed my ass, actually. So.
God, is there one day where I can't be myself?
That's all right. Well, anyways, how about you, Ray? What did you think of it?
It was actually nice. The skits were kept short but sweet, most of them, except for like the Best of Show one, but that one deserved to be long. I agree that it definitely deserved Best in Show. The Beat Mania skit with all the dancing was fantastic too, and that won first in performance. The only complaint I have about the Masquerade is, you know, how it drags on when they start presenting the awards. You know, we want to wait for Best in Show, but, you know, besides that, it was a lot of fun. And I have to note there were two acts that should have been in the burlesque show. Actually, one was a repeat, except they didn't strip, and another one with the card captor, the clamp throwback. There was quite a bit of canning, and yeah.
I enjoyed that one. I know where I was sitting, we all cheered for that one. Lots of panty shots.
Actually got a nice solid panty shot for you, Ernie, on the camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will be looking forward to that tonight. So, but I kind of agree with you, Lisa. Yeah, it was much better than last year. It was. Some people's audio, like, it was a little bit, either they were too close to the mic, like they go like talk really, really like this, or they kind of whisper with, or they kind of whisper too close to the mic, like as Ray was doing. Ray,
Yu-Gi-Oh skit with that Yusei character. I was like, what are you saying? I kept going, what? No, what?
Because also during like a couple skits, like people were just talking because they're like, what's going on? And like there was somewhere you really can't understand what's going on. Like we lean on, like all the press guys lean next to each other. We're like, what the hell's going on with this kid? We're like, did you get that? We're like, no, I didn't get it. But you know what? I give them some perseverance. I give them some credit for actually going on stage and doing all of that. Even though they might get ridiculed, I still give them credit because, hey, you know what? They got the guts to go on stage and do it. Exactly. Yes. So, but anyways, moving along. Real reason why people come to conventions, they all like to dress up like these two did. So, let's talk about first your experience as a cosplayer. So, Ray, you were Detective Gumshoe from Phoenix, right?
Yep.
Tell us about that.
We kept mistaking you for Doctor Who last night.
All right, I get the Doctor Who mistake a lot, but besides that, being Gumshoe was fantastic. There's a lot of fans of that character. I actually found a lot more fans than I expected. In addition to that, there was a photo shoot I went to, which was a lot of fun. I'd never been to a cosplay photo shoot before. Besides that, it's a lot of fun to be in character. It's a lot of fun to be a character like Dick Gumshoe, who's kind of shy, but you put yourself out there, you know? And when you get noticed, you go, oh, gee. So anyway, it was a lot of fun.
All right. Elisa, you were in Canada from Access Power Italia. All right, tell us about that.
Well, Canada's a very unrated, like a very underrated character. Not a lot of fan service, but I found out this weekend that a lot of people actually like Canada more than I let on. I'm just sick and tired of fans calling me America. I'm not America, I'm Canada. And I'm not South America, I'm Canada. I'm his brother, I'm France's son. Deal with it. But we had a photo shoot for Italia yesterday. Over 30 people. It was humongous. It was a great success, and hopefully you guys will see the photos online. Great time doing Italia this year. I'm sweating my ass off, but it's worth it. It's for the fandom.
There you go. It's kind of not the best thing to be wearing like jeans and a hoodie in the middle of like 90-degree weather, but and a wig. All right. Now, next thing up in terms of cosplayers, what did you guys think of the cosplayers this year here at AnimeNEXT?
Amazing. Especially after the masquerade was over when they were showing the hall winners. Wow. From Final Fantasy to Princess Tutu, and oh my god, the Final Fantasy IX cosplayer, I don't remember the character's name, but she was like, I think in a wedding dress.
We interviewed her, yeah.
She was gorgeous, and like all of us sitting together were like, can we have your number? Are you single? It was fun.
All right, how about you, Ray? What did you think of the cosplayers this year?
I absolutely have to agree with Lisa. There was a lot of fantastic craftsmanship on display here, and I was actually really impressed considering this isn't the biggest convention in the world. You know, a lot of people like the oh wow humongous costumes or the ones with big props, but when it comes down to simple craftsmanship, especially for nice simple costumes or pretty costumes in terms of the nice dressy ones, it's really good to see that people actually care about what they're doing.
Assassin's Creed ones were amazing as well.
Oh, yeah,
I feel so bad for those guys being out in the heat. How the hell do you do it? Then again, I'm in a hoodie too, so.
But they got also a lot more on them too, other than just that. That's a lot. I agree with you guys. It was definitely better than last year. Like the big thing, I know the big Avatar was like one of my favorites. It was huge. Yeah, the M suit. I'm trying to remember what it was. I couldn't. But
I did see that. I was like, what is that from? And someone's like, Avatar. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't watch that movie. They're like, well, you're dumb.
And the Navi was really good too from Avatar. She was the one dressed in blue. Yeah, so that was pretty good. Like it definitely was. I like the big costumes, but I also like the small little details themselves. The smaller that you can get, be like, you know what, you really paid attention, and you really did that. No one's coming, right? Okay, good. All right, so other than yourselves, who was your favorite cosplayer? Hello.
I'm going to go with the Princess Garnet, absolutely. Final Fantasy IX is one of my favorite Final Fantasies, absolutely. And it's really impressive to see somebody pull off that costume. I have seen one, and it was a really, really shoddy. She actually paid attention to it, and I know my girlfriend will absolutely love it. She wants that dress as her wedding dress, trust me.
All right, how about you? What was your favorite cosplayer?
I have to say the Cardcaptor Sakura girl last night. She won for Best Junior Division last night. She handmade the Sakura wand, which takes a lot of work, and she had to make it not steel, so she did it all. I think she said she made it all out of wood. Gorgeous outfit. It's very clean. She handmade the hat. She did everything by herself. But I have to agree with you for Final Fantasy IX. I had never played the game, but that was an amazing dress.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you too. Final Fantasy IX was one of my favorites. But also, another one I was thinking of was the Sailor Moon troupe that was dressed up as Lady Gaga. I'm not gonna lie, that is creative, but they did blow us off for an interview. That's the big thing. So.
Okay, besides those guys, they actually did something creative with Lady Gaga, but I've seen about 12 Lady Gagas at this convention. I hope it's not a new trend. It's actually, I don't like Lady Gaga, but I think it's kind of stupid.
No. Well, you know, I know at Otakon, I think 2 years ago, they did a Lady Gaga photo shoot where it was like a whole bunch of costumes that she had, and it was all just Lady Gaga-ish. It was kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie about that. But also that, and then my other favorite cosplayer was someone that we actually know. He dressed up as an anime blogger, Anime Almanac. He was definitely one of my favorite cosplayers, so don't worry about it, it's a joke. So, all right, but next up we have in parentheses over here, it's a question of the con. Now, we didn't actually ask a question, it was more like a favor. Now, you know that now the World Cup is this year, and it's during the convention, and the U.S. has World Cup fever right now. Now, the thing is also is that, you know, whenever you watch a soccer game on like Telemundo or Univision, when you hear that when someone scores a goal, you hear the announcer go, "Goal!" like as loud and as long as he can. So we asked cosplayers here to imitate that.
I hope you have a clip.
Yeah, we have the clips. So here you go. Here is everybody screaming, "Goal!" So we'll try. Yeah, here you go. We'll show it. 3, 2, 1. Go! That was kind of, yeah. Especially with your voice.
Fuck you, Ernie!
All right, so that was an interesting one. It was a lot of good sports doing that. So, all right, next up, ratings. All right, on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, what would you rate AnimeNEXT 2010, and why? We'll start off with you, Lisa.
A 9. It's a little higher than last year because of one thing, no rain. That means no epic, huge ass puddle when you're walking back to the hotel. 2, they fixed their mistakes from last year. There's still a little bit of problems, like I said, with the masquerade and all that stuff, but that's not our fault, that's their fault. Everything went really well this year, and I'm really happy that they're getting ready for their 10-year anniversary, which is, I think, June 10th through the 12th of next year. So, very well done this year, guys.
Alrighty. So, a 9. All right, John, break out the calculator.
All right.
Get an average.
I'm going to do 7.5, personally.
7.5.
AnimeNEXT is a pretty decent con. I like the masquerade. I like the burlesque show. I like doing tabletop gaming, which not a lot of people do, but it's a lot of fun, and it's free. The artist alley was nice, blah, blah, blah. The atmosphere was okay. The biggest problem, the biggest complaint I have, and this is probably what lowered it down from probably an 8 or an 8.5, is the panels. They didn't have that good of a selection of panels. So if you're in the New Jersey area and you know something about anime or video games or something like that, step up, come to AnimeNEXT, and talk about shit. All right.
Yeah, that's my ringtone. All right, well, anyways, moving along. All right, let's see. So 9, 7.5, I would probably give it about an 8. I'll give it an 8. The reason being is that, yes, I think the weather had a lot to do with it. It did not rain as much as it used to. It didn't rain at all. I think today, Sunday, was like the only day that was supposed to rain throughout the plus also, I think that they really, a lot of the screw-ups that they had last year, they really took that into consideration, and they really tried to make it better. That was the one thing. Like, over in the arena right now, where like the cosplay chess is and the dating game, all that stuff, what they did is that they didn't, before they only had one set of bleachers, and the other part was curtained off. Now they had 2 sets of bleachers, basically making it like a little arena there. That was one thing there. They moved the artist alley from the hallway into an actual room, which is really well done. All right, and both John and Ray had the same amount. I think another thing is also, I think the cosplayers definitely stepped up the game. There were better cosplayers this year. They were much more fun to be around. It made it a lot better atmosphere for it. Yeah, but yeah, the atmosphere was kind of chill. It was laid back. It wasn't as exciting. You don't see people running around causing a ruckus. You don't, well, not yet, but you don't see the steampunk empire come punking us. Yeah, I kind of wanted that to happen too. But it was like, overall, I think it was just, it was a solid 8. It was a really, really good solid 8. And they definitely fixed their mistakes. Yeah, obviously they're going to work on some more next year, but it was definitely a good convention this year. So our average, as John and Ray both calculated, it is 8.1. 6. Yeah, around there. They had to round up to 7 at one point. So, so what did you guys think of AnimeNEXT? Leave a comment down below. Down below. Yes, right next to the Old Spice. So, anyways, final thoughts about AnimeNEXT. So I'll start up with you, Lisa. Any final thoughts that you have about this convention?
I don't want to go home. I'm not kidding. I don't want to go home. Every time it's the last day, I just want to break down and go, I don't want to go. But it was fantastic, and I also want to do this really quick. I want to say congratulations again to MirrorForce725, a.k.a. my boyfriend, for winning the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament yesterday. I'm very proud of him. He got back his crown like he deserved, and he's going to take it again next year. Woo!
Not if I come in. Anyways, how about you, Ray? Any final thoughts?
I'm exhausted because of my little performance at the Masquerade. I just want to go home. But you know what? Can't wait for next year. I want to see what they pull off. So.
It's a 10-year, so they better make it big.
Yeah, it is the 10-year. I kind of agree with you. I kind of agree with you, Ray. I'm exhausted too. I would like to go home, but we have one more thing that we have to go to. I don't know. We'll let you know. I would definitely come back next year, as you guys were saying, because it is the 10-year anniversary. It's as Lisa mentioned earlier, it is June 10th through the 12th of 2011. So it's 51 weeks from now. So
start getting your hotel rooms now.
Yeah, hotel rooms are kind of important. So but yeah, it's, you already answered the question saying, would you come back next year? Yes or no? You guys did. Yeah. You guys come back. So what would you guys? So what are your thoughts on it? Give us your rating. Would you come back next year? Should I rock a mohawk? I don't know. It's just,
you should.
I don't know. I just really.
It's a lot of work, I can tell.
All right, it is. Yeah, let's keep going. So, all right. So other than that, just make sure you watch our trailers. We still need some Disney dares from you guys. We're coming up to Star Wars Celebration coming up in mid-August, and yeah, I have to mention the Terminator series that we have. So we're starting up a Terminator fan series. So.
Oh, cool. I look forward to that.
It's surprising, yeah. When I mentioned Terminator, people are like, "Woo!" All of us are like, "Yeah, all right, yeah." So
we're too tired to be excited.
Exactly. So, all right. So that is it for the Fans POV AnimeNEXT 2010. Now, where are we going to be next? We just got the word this coming Friday, about a month and a week from now, we are going to be in San Diego for San Diego Comic-Con, July 21st through, I think, the 25th. I will be there along with Mark. We will be reporting from the sold out. Yes, it is sold out. You cannot get any more memberships. They were sold out by mid-March. So we will be there. We'll try to get the best coverage for you guys as we possibly can. We do this all for you. So that's the next convention we're going to. I am really excited to be going out to San Diego.
Just get some sleep.
Yeah, that's a big thing too. But yeah, that's the next convention we're going to be at. So for Lisa and Ray, I am Ernie Layug. Ta-ta from AnimeNEXT.